Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the morphological process, or we can say word formation process. How can we add the new word into the language? And there are three main ways of adding words. The first one, new words can be formed from existing words and their parts. So if we already have the old word plus their parts, so then we can get the new one. Then number two, new words can be made up of or created from scratch. What does it mean, the word scratch? Do you know that? The word scratch means nothing. So it means that you're going to create the new word without any root. You just create that by yourself. Okay? And the last one, number three, words can be borrowed from other languages, like the word restaurant that is from French. But today I'm going to cover with only number one and number two. I'm not going to talk about we borrow some of the words from other languages. Okay, let's start with the first one, affixation. Affixation. So, are you familiar with this word? Hopefully, okay, because in the previous video we discussed about the word affix before, right? So for affixation, what you need for sure, you need the root plus affix. But in English, there are two types of affixes, right? The first one, if it appears before the root, what is it? That's gonna be the prefix, okay? And if it's after the root, that's gonna be the suffix. Good. Okay, so for example, we can have the word like the word regular. So the prefix plus the root regular, right? Or we can have the word like agree plus the suffix ment, agreement. Okay, so before we only have the word agree, that is the verb, and then you just changed into the noun by adding ment, ment. Okay, but it's not only that. You can see from the book, right? From page 51. Okay, from page 51. It's not only prefix and suffix that we know, but in the world languages, we have what is called infix. Infix, that is the affix that appear in the middle of the root. Wow, interesting, right? In the middle of the root. Like you can see, we have Billy, that is in Tagalog. Okay, means by. But once that you add the infix in there, and then it becomes the past tense of the word by, bought instead. Okay, and for another example, for circumfix, what is circumfix? Circumfix, that is the affix that appear both before and after the root. Okay, and that is the language of Chickasaw. That is a group of people in southeastern of the United States. Like we have Lakna, that is the word. The sentence is yellow. But once that you just add ik in the front and o at the back, it becomes the negative sentence instead. You see, before it was just it's yellow, but once that we add that circumfix, it becomes it's not yellow. Next, number two, that is back formation. This is the opposite process of affixation, because you can see that before we have the word like the word editor, right? And after that, we just remove the affix. So here you can see that it seems that we have or as the suffix of the word. And then once that you remove, then you can get the word edit, right? Or another one, we have like the word television, and then you are trying to make this into the verb by removing ion, the suffix ion, so they become the word televides. So really simple. Back formation is the opposite to the affixation, because for the affixation you have the root plus the affix, but here for the back formation, before you have the root and the affix, right? But after you just remove, you can see, remove, and then what is left is just the root, and then we can get the new word. Really simple. Okay, let's move on to another one. Number 3, it's called compounding. Okay, compounding. Compounding is totally different from affixation nor back formation. That's because for compounding, what you need is 2 roots. Okay, for example, you can see from the book, right? We can have like the word jelly, and we can have the word fish. Both of them are the noun, and both of them can be the root of the word. But once we join these 2 words together, and then we can get the word jellyfish, and it's something else, right? It's not a fish, but it's another animal. All right. And what about the word tooth? And then we have the word brush. And then we just combine these 2 words together, and then we can get the word toothbrush. And this can happen both in the noun, verb, or even adjective. We can get all of the new words by just combining 2 words together. Apart from this, we can have like the word homework, we can have the word light bulb, we can have the word like download, upload, etc. A lot more. Alright, number 4, that is alternations. Alternations. The word alter means to change. And here, this process, we are going to substitute. What does it mean, the word substitute? We are going to replace. The word substitute means replace. We replaced only one vowel to be replaced, and then we can get the new word. Okay, so I'll give you the example for the noun, like the word man. Okay, and if we change only one vowel, and then from the singular noun, it can be the plural noun, the word men, right? Like the word mouse, and if we would change only one vowel, that will be the word mice. Okay, that would be the examples for the noun. I'll give you another example for the verb, like the word see. This is the present form. If you want to change from the present form into the past form, that's gonna be saw. Okay, or like the word sing, the present form. If you change only one vowel, you replace the vowel e to be the vowel a, and then you can get the past form. Okay, so you can see that if it is the alternations, we are going to replace only one vowel, and then you can get the new word like this. Okay, so we replace only one vowel. Don't forget this keyword. Next, in number 5, we have suppletion. And I can say that for suppletion, we are replacing the entire morpheme. So it means that there must be something totally different. For example, if we have the word go, right? And we use the process of suppletion, then we don't replace only one vowel, but we would change the whole word. We would change the whole morpheme. So this is the infinitive, the present form. And then if it's the new word, that will be the word went, and that is the past form, right? That is the past form. But you don't see any similar morpheme anyway. The word go to the word went. The word bad to the word worst. Okay, you can see like that. So both of these examples, they are suppletion because we are replacing the entire morpheme. Okay, but I have one question for you. If we have the word worse and we have the new word worst, which process that we are using? I have two choices: alternation or suppletion. Don't forget that for alternation, there will be only one vowel or probably only one sound, right? But for suppletion, there will be totally different. So the word worse becomes worst. That's gonna be ding dong, alternation, because we change only one sound. Okay, got it? Okay, the next one, number 6, is reduplication. So the keyword for this one, that will be double or repeat. But actually, English doesn't make use of reduplication that much. We only have like the word bye bye, night night, or teeny weeny, things like that. But in some language, they do make use of reduplication. Like in Indonesian, if you say the word rumah once, that will be just the word house. But imagine if you say the word rumah twice, what would happen? Rumah, rumah. And that means houses. So it means that if you say the word rumah once, that will be just the singular form. But if you say rumah, rumah, that will be the plural form. Interesting, right? For Thai people, we make use of the reduplication for the degree. For the word degree. Like the word hungry. If you say the word hungry only once, that will be hiu, right? If you say hiu, yeah, it means you are hungry. But if you say the word hiu with like a high tone, like hiu hiu, that will be, it means that you are very hungry. So, are you hungry? Next is number 7. That is conversion. Okay, so for conversion, there is another name for conversion. That is zero derivation. Okay, I will explain more about this. Alright, so like the word water and the word hand. Everyone knows, right, that both of these words, water and hand, they are nouns. But if you want to change their part of speech, what would you do for these two words? Think about this. If you want to make them into the verb. But for other words, like the word agree. Agree is the verb. If you want to make it into the noun, you need to add the suffix ment, right? To be agreement. But what about these two words? Water and hand. What would you do? So it's really, really simple. That's because you don't need to do anything. No need to add ly, no, ing, or whatever, because the word water and the word hand can be the noun or the verb without adding any derivation. That's why it's called zero derivation, and it's different from affixation, right? Because for affixation, what you need is the root and the affix. But for conversion, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to add anything, but it can be assigned with different part of speech. Okay, that is for number 7. Really simple. I give you some sentence like I need some water. I need some water. That is for the noun. And if you want to make a sentence with the verb, you can say I water my plants every day. That's it. Really simple, right? Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is called clipping. Once that something is clipped, it becomes shorter. Okay? So it means that we are using this process for a long word, like a polysyllabic word. And when we are speaking, when we are communicating, we are trying to make it short, to make it simpler when we are talking. Just like the word gasoline that you can see from the book. Gasoline, there are 3 syllables. And when we are speaking, well, I think it's pretty long. So that for the native speaker, they're trying to make it shorter by just removing the last 2 syllables. Okay, and they become only like gas. And also like the word gymnasium. Wow, it's too long. And then it becomes only the word gym. Okay, and can you guess about this word? P-R-O-F, prof. Prof. It's clipped from which word? Prof. Okay, actually the word prof is from professor. And then is clipped, is shortened to be just prof. Hi, prof. Okay. So what about the word zoo? Yes, that's the zoo that everyone knows. Okay. Can you guess? The word zoo is clipped from which word? Well, I can say that the word zoo is clipped from zoological garden. Whoa, it's really long one. Okay, so this one has been clipped to be just the word zoo. That's it. So it's really simple for this process clipping. We just make it shorter to make it simpler for communication. Then number 9, this process is called blends. It means that we are combining parts of existing words, usually the first part of the first one and the final part of the latter one. Okay, so for example, let's see the example. We have the word breakfast, and then we have the word lunch. As from the definition, we are using the first part of the first one, that is B and R, and we are using the final part of the latter one. So what we get here is the word brunch. Wow, we can get the new word by doing this blending or blends. Okay, and what about the word smoke? It's all around Chiang Mai, it's all around Thailand these days. So that is from the word smoke. And vogue, not frog, not frog, fox. No, not this. Okay, but that's smoke. S and M from the first word, and OG from the last word, and then we can get smog in that case. What about motel? What about motel? There are two words combined together, okay, by using the word formation process of blending or blends, and then we can get the word motel. So can you guess which of two words that we are using? Motel is from the word mortar and the word hotel. So we can have more from the first one and tell for another. What about edutainment? Have you heard this word before? Edutainment. I'm trying to make my course to be edutainment. So that is from education. Education plus entertainment. Yeah. So it's interesting, right? I love this process a lot because you can see that you are trying to make a new concept by using two words together. And then you can see we have edu here about education, entertainment from entertainment, and then you can get the word edutainment. Okay, good. Let's move on to number 10. Number 10, it's called acronyms and initialisms. Acronyms and initialisms. Okay, I can say that both of acronyms and initialisms, they are abbreviation. Everyone know abbreviation, right? Oops. For example, CMRU, EIC, and NATO, and whatever, USA, just like that. All of them, they are abbreviation. But the thing is, if they are acronyms, they can be read as a word. Okay, can be read as a word. But if it is initialisms, it must be read letter by letter. Can be read letter by letter. Okay, you have to pronounce each letter by letter. Okay, so from my example on the right hand side, which can be the acronyms? Okay, I think I have only one here. That is the word NATO, right? The word NATO, because you don't have to say NATO like that. Others can be WHO, right? NASA, or like JPEG, scuba, or even the word laser. Wow, like amplifying something is from like a very, very long word. And for CMRU, EAC, USA, we have to pronounce the letter by letter, right? Because we cannot say Sumru or EAC as I, like that, or USA like USA. No, we can't say that. Okay, so apart from CMRU, apart from EIC or USA, we have KFC, we have HP, and we have HBO. Alright, so don't forget that Acronyms and initialisms, both of them, they are abbreviation, and it can stand for like a full name, like a full word. But for acronyms, they can be read as a word. But initialisms, we have to read them letter by letter. That's it. Okay, move on to number 11. That is about the stress and tone placement. This one is really simple. It is depending on the way that we stress, and we can assign different grammatical category or the part of speech, just like this. As you know that we have like, can you remember this kind of pattern? So if we make the stress, if we put the hardest stress on the first syllable, that will be for the noun. But if we put the stress on the second syllable, that will be for the verb. That's the point. That's it. Okay, so what we have here? We have the word, the same word. But if you want to say it differently, you have to say record for the noun, and record for the verb. What about the word produce? Okay, if it is the noun, you have to say produce. And for the verb, produce. And another one. Okay, say it. If it is the noun, that should be present. But if it's the verb, that should be present. That's it for number 11. Really easy, right? Okay, let's move on to number 12. That is onomatopoeia. And you have seen this word before, because onomatopoeia or onomatopic words, they are words that are created to sound like things that they name, or that is the natural sound. So what you can see like the sound of so many animals. We have like bah, we have woof woof, we have oink oink, we have moo, we have meow, we have bzzz. And they are onomatopoeia. And apart from these animal sounds, you can have something like bang, you can have something like boom, or something like hashu. Okay, so onomatopoeia, that is another word process that can create the new word as well. So I will skip this one. It's too easy for you. I know that everyone understands about this already. Alright everyone, we are now with the last word formation process. Yay! Number 13, that is coinage. The coinage is a process of inventing words from scratch or nothing, right? Can you remember? Okay, and this is not the common way. So the coinage is often found in the product names, just like the one that you can see, like Google. Everyone knows this, right? And actually, we can say that there is no root from the word Google. But this day, we can use the word Google as the verb, right? Can you Google that? It means that can you search that, right? What about Kleenex? Do you know Kleenex? Kleenex, that is the tissue paper. If you say, give me Kleenex, that will be the tissue paper, not pepper. And what about Xerox? Xerox. Some of people use the word Xerox as the verb, but actually the word Xerox, it's the photocopy machine. Okay, or photocopier. And some of people, like Thai people, we would say, can you Xerox that for me? That means, can you make a photocopy like that? Okay, so it's also possible to make these words with like our everyday life. And the last one, that is Teflon. Teflon. Some of you may think that, oh, I know, Teflon is an iron. You think that is iron, right? But actually Teflon is like some kind of coating that it makes something smooth. Okay, you can make it with the iron, you can make it with some like the rice cooker. Okay, we can use it with many more. Alright, so you can see that we have 13 morphological processes or word formation processes. And thank you very much for listening to my video, and see you again in the next one. Bye!